Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the Three Little Pigs and the psychoanalytic perspective. The Three Little Pigs is a story told by Flora Anise Steele in 1922. It's a children's book with primarily sourced from English fairy tales. So, a summary of the Three Little Pigs. There are three little pigs whose mother could not support them anymore, so she sent them out to survive on their own. One pig built his house out of straws, the other pig built his house out of sticks, and the other pig built his house out of bricks. One day a wolf came knocking because he was hungry, so he tried to eat the first little pig. So he blew the house down. So the pig number one, he ran to pig number two's house. The wolf followed him. So then the wolf blew the house down that was made out of sticks. So both pigs, their houses were destroyed and they needed shelter from the wolf. So they ran to the third pig, their brother's house. But he made his house out of bricks. He was not lazy like the others. When the wolf tried to go to the house, he tried blowing it down like he did the others, but it didn't happen. He tried another method. He tried going through the chimney, but eventually he met his own fate and fell into a hot boiling pot. And eventually the three pigs ate him instead. So pig number one, he was lazy. He built his house out of straw. Pig number two, also lazy, built his house out of sticks. The third pig was a hard worker who built his house out of bricks. Took his time. Freud's psychoanalytic theory. Sigmund Freud was also known as the father of psychoanalysis. He had a theory which was the psychoanalytic theory. It focused on individual differences, adaptation and adjustment, cognitive processes, society, biological influences, and development. Carl Jung's psychoanalytical theory. Carl Jung also had a psychoanalytic theory. He was one of Freud's disciples. He focused on the same topics as Freud, which were individual differences, adaptation and adjustment, cognitive processes, society, biological influences, and development. There were differences in both their theories. Freud believed in unconscious prominence. So did Jung, but Jung believed not personal but collective. For libido, Freud believed in libido primarily sexual, while Jung believed libido broad psychic energy with spiritual dimensions. Freud believed in emphasis on the past. Jung believed emphasis on future and adulthood. Freud believed in conflict between unconscious and conscious, while Jung believed in compensation between the both. Freud believed ego is most conscious, while Jung believed ego is part of personality but not the center. They both believed unconscious manifests itself in symbols, but Jung believed in unconscious was an ally. Three pigs and the conscious stages. The three pigs went through the conscious stage. The conscious stages are experiences that a person is aware. During the time, the pigs were aware that the wolf was trying to eat them. Their unconscious beliefs were that the wolf would get to them and devour them, but they had to keep their cool. The structures of personality. Personality is made up of three structures: ID, ego, and superego. The ID is the pleasure principle, primitive, and libido. The ego is reality, principle, mature, mediator. The superego is ideals, guilt, internal voice of restrictions. The three pigs' structure of personalities. The three pigs lived with their mom until she sent them away to survive on their own. With their ID, they utilized the life and death instinct. They realized they were in trouble and went to their brother for help until they all ended up together as a third brother, house of bricks, and survived while the wolf experienced his death. The pig's ego resolved conflict. The third pig adapted to constraints of real world and was mature enough to build a great house made of bricks. He used defense mechanisms that the other two were too lazy to adjust to. All three pigs used superego and kept good ties with their family, which ultimately helped them survive. Finn, happy ending, good results. Ego eventually saved them all. I declare that this assignment is my own work and that I have correctly acknowledged the work of others. This assignment is in accordance with the university and school guidance on good academic conduct and how to avoid plagiarism and other assessment irregularities.